hope you guys are doing well tonight. It's your boy 88. I just wanted to kind of switch up the pace of a few things from my past few shows. I'm still wearing orange, but the scenery is a little different. So I have some talking points on my phone right here that I kind of just want to go over. But like I said, hope you guys are doing well. I'm filming this on a Tuesday, but typically my videos drop on Thursday. But one of the talking points that I would kind of wanted to talk about is boundaries. You know, just the importance, I feel, of setting boundaries with yourself. And since I do a lot of business, that can be setting boundaries with your business, you know. That can be setting boundaries with your friends, your loved ones. You know, I've even had to go as far as, you know, change my number a few times just because I feel like people just been hitting me up too much. And not that hitting me up is a bad thing, but it's just like when you're hitting me up after hours, like 11, 12 o'clock about some miscellaneous stuff that could have waited till the morning, that's when it's kind of or when you hit me up when it's kind of taken away from my family time about questions that aren't really pertaining, like, you know, those are, you just ask me personal questions, you know. So I feel like a lot of times, especially in business, if you make yourself easy, accessible, people, you kind of lose your value, you know, when you make yourself very easy, accessible, when people can always reach you, when they can always get to you the first call, you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, setting boundaries is just hella important as far as even in relationships goes. You know what I mean? How we sounding, Cam? What was the last thing I said? Relationships? Cool. But yeah, I feel like honestly, whatever you allow, like the treatment, you know, when people are hitting you up, if you kind of just allow that from the jump, people are going to kind of get used to that and they're going to treat you like that going forward, you know. But you honestly have to stand up for yourself. I said it in my last video. You got to stand up for yourself and just say no, or a lot of times just say nothing at all. You know, no hard feelings, but you just got to protect your peace, because I always say a dead battery, you know, can't charge a dead battery. So you just really have to be able to preserve that energy, knowing that you're going to deal with certain people based off the certain things that they're bringing. And that kind of segues me into just talking about one of my personal experiences, not just this year, but just I've been doing business for a little while, for a lot of people who don't know. So some of the issues that I've been having as far as the boundaries, you know, people think that, you know, you're bro. Y'all homies, day ones, and we can kick it, we can laugh, we can kiki and all that. But at the end of the day, like, what are we really here for? You know, a lot of times, blood sisters, you know, they fall out just because of boundaries. People overstepping boundaries. And I feel like, honestly, like, not that you have to play a sport to really understand this, but I feel like truly people who have played a sport or been a part of some team, whether it be, you know, physical or scholastic, they kind of understand the importance of playing a role. They understand the importance of playing a role and knowing what comes with it. But, you know, I'm kind of getting off on a tangent. That's really what a lot of my videos are. A lot of my videos are just really vocal diaries. You know, I write a lot, I journal, but these videos are for people to just really watch, resonate with, hopefully, and that I can look back on and just see my growth. You know, we live in a digital age, so, you know, it's kind of good to have it written down and, you know, recorded. But, you know, the vibe of the show, you know, I like to sip on a little something, you know, whether it's a little wine, a little alcohol, everything in moderation, though, for sure. So if you're at home watching this, you know, make sure you pour you up a glass, roll you up something, or knit you a little sweater, do what you do. But, you know, just vibe out with me, all right? Next topic. And we may spin the block back on boundaries, but I just got a few points. In this series, I'm calling it Rooftop Conversations. You know, it's kind of going to be different from Late Nights with 88, but it's still late night vibe. but we just kind of on a rooftop, as you can see. You know, got the nice ambience, nice background behind me. Got my guy, shout out to my guy Cam, you know, behind the camera. You know, he really came through tonight. You know, that's my guy. But next topic. I don't need a phone for this one. Who you are when you're by yourself is who you are, period. And the reason I say that is because when I say that statement, there's one word that really comes to mind. Integrity. You know, what do you do when nobody's watching? You know, what do you do when it's just you? Majority of the time, majority of our life, we're by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So if you by yourself, unless, like back to my first video, separating from your vices. When you by yourself, you watching porn, X, Y, and Z, you're popping pills, and all you're doing is just doing drugs and deteriorating your body and your physique. Well, why do you think that you're just so shelled off, you know what I'm saying, in person, no social skills? You're doing it to yourself. But also, what you practice in private, as far as like even how you speak to people, you know what I mean? Even how you speaking to people is a reflection of what's gonna happen in public. And I've just come to terms of just like, you just gotta understand, like, it's easy to point fingers at other people and say they doing this, they doing that, she did this to me, he did, blah, blah, blah. But one of the hardest things is just to take accountability and like, we grown, I fucked up. Like, that's one of the hardest things to say, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So when you can come to that point and just realize that you fucked up and just own that, like, that's when growth starts. That's when growth starts. And a lot of times, like, people not gonna call you out on your fuck up, on your mistake, because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? People don't care that you messing up your life. They don't care. You gotta have that awareness to be able to say, yo, I'm stepping wrong, let me move different. I'm hanging with the wrong crowd, let me roll over here. You know what I'm saying? But like, integrity. Who you are when you by yourself. I want you to think about it. You know, I feel like my comments gonna be booming on this video. We're gonna manifest and speak it above it. So comment below, you know, whether it's you hear this on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, comment below what you think. What's integrity to you? I just feel like integrity is, you know, doing the right thing when nobody's watching. You know what I mean? How we signing, Karen? Cool. Do you feel like you got no support? Shit, hey, let's just keep it a stack. Everybody that's successful, they started out with $0, zero clientele, zero connections. But like I said in my last video, bro, it's people that got the same situation as you. And they bodied it. But you bugging about it. When you get that accountability, let's put it all in a pot. You get the accountability. You get the discipline. You get a little bit of motivation. You don't get that much. The motivation, the inspiration and stuff, that's like the cilantro. That discipline is what's going to allow you to keep going. Think about that. People don't really support you because they don't believe in you, because you're really not showing up. You're really not showing up for yourself. So on the outside looking in, it looks like, damn, do they really want to even do this? How can I support somebody who half-assing their own stuff? I'm not. So if you're listening to this, also, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of disrespectful. Let's say you got 20 people who always commenting on your posts, resharing your stuff, but to you, that's not enough. To you, that's not enough. And then you may have a conversation and be like, oh, people in the city ain't supporting, ain't sharing my stuff. But I'm like, what about them 20 people who sharing your stuff right now? You should be telling them thank you. Truly. If we really gonna be grateful and show gratitude, I feel like that's kind of how we propel and move forward. I feel like that's kind of how you propel and move forward in any career field. You know, the things that they can't teach. Everybody can go and get the same damn degree, but not everybody got the same people skills. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody treats people the same. You can control that, and that can set you apart. But you worried about the negative. You worried about who don't like you. That's some high school shit. That's some little middle school stuff. Whatever. If you're here on this channel, Infinite Vibes, you know, you watch my videos, you watch my content, as I segue into the next topic, we in it for the long game. We in it for the long run. That's how you gonna get the support that you want. Be consistent with it. You know, when you're consistent, people gonna gravitate to that. They can start respecting that. They may not like necessarily what you're doing, but if you're consistent enough, you may do something that kind of, if you're consistent enough, you may do something that sparks their attention, grabs their attention, turns them into a fan, or you got a loyal customer, or you got a friend or something, whatever it is that you're seeking. But I feel like, honestly, I said in my last video, you know, you can't play the game and watch the scoreboard at the same time. Because if you playing a game and you looking up at the scoreboard, you gonna get ripped. And what they say in basketball, cookies, you feel me? Cookies, they ripping it. They going down the other way, layup, dunk, coach taking you out the game. If you play ball, you know what I'm talking about. So the highlight's gonna be there, but the camera's out. They recording you. Life is a movie. Your life is a movie. So when it's all said and done, you're going to have your little highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? That's what social media is anyways. People only post the good shit, right? They only post the good shit on social media. They don't post their failures. So that's the highlight reel right there for you. But what I mean is, play the game. Do the work. Whatever that is required of you. And just make it happen, you know? Be in it for the long game, because, like, if you do videos, you hoop. You cook like shit. You don't know what contest, what video, what book. You don't know which one gonna blow. You don't know what song gonna blow. But shit, if you keep making a song, looking at the scoreboard every time, like, you're gonna get burnt out, and you're not. It's kind of killing your longevity. When the game is over, go back and watch your stats. Go back and watch your film and get better from that point. Take that for what you will. But I just kind of wanted to come up here on this rooftop and just kind of vibe very briefly. Talk about a few things. I know I touched on a few topics very briefly. But I feel like those topics are always things that I can expand upon. And, you know, we have more content coming out every week. More content coming out every week, every single Thursday. Follow me on social media at Mark Smith CEO, TikTok, Twitter, Mark Smith Media. And thank you for just watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, you know, share with your friends, family. If you feel like somebody needs to hear some of the things that I'm saying. You know, I make a lot of my videos in the short form content, so you don't have to share the whole video. You can share some of it and just get it out to the people who really need to hear it. And then lastly, you know, I just dropped 2 ebooks. One ebook is a free ebook. Make sure you get it. It will be in the description. And also the other one is $8, but they're both about business and content creation. So make sure you check those out. Link in the description. It's Mark Smith, 88 Rooftop Conversations. We out.